he loved us, but that man was a bit of a tyrant. That's my man. He's a little crazy. What's up? How you doing? Welcome back to A Moment in Time with yours truly, Aaron Thomason. All right, you know my question. Did you bring somebody with you? Did you give this to 3 people? Did you put the big fella to work? All right, so listen, I want us to remember where we are, right? A moment in time is when I let you into my business a little bit, because I hope through my story that I'm getting ready to tell you that you, those who are overthinkers and perfectionists, will have the clarity and the confidence to take the next step in the direction of your goal, allowing for you to end the cycle of self-doubt and frustration. All right. So let's get into this real quick. And I know the answer to this, and I'll raise my hand. Yeah, hands up. Have you ever made a mistake? Right. None of us are perfect. Of course you have. Next thing I want to ask you, have you ever focused on that mistake way too long? Okay. Let me put both my hands up. Yeah, I've done it. Right? And guess what happens? When you focus on that mistake too long, what happens? You end up making another mistake. I'm just trying not to mess up. And guess what happens? You mess up. I'm just trying to be better. And you're not. Because that mistake is running around in your mind and you're trying to get it out, but the focus isn't in the victory. You're still looking at the loss. And anytime you're still looking at the loss instead of the potential for the victory, the loss is inevitable. It's imminent. It's gonna happen again. I hate to tell you. I'm sorry. Hand here. I've done it both. I can put up my feet if I had to. Anytime you are focused on the mistake and saying, I'm just trying not to make the mistake is gonna happen, the loss is inevitable, and you won't get to the victory. How do I know this? Let me tell you a story. Now remember, I said, this is when I let you into my business, so I need you to be gentle. So, sports story, goes back to high school. And my coach, he loved us. The man was a bit of a tyrant. That's my man. He's a little crazy, out of his mind. Now, he kind of had to, when we came up, because there was a lot of things on the streets, he cared about us. He was very strict and disciplined, but he also, if you made a mistake, boy, Lord have mercy, you would hear about it. You would hear about it to the point that when you made the mistake, you were so focused on not making that mistake again that you would make a bunch of other mistakes that still would have you in the same position. So what happened? Until I began playing for this coach in high school to see the victory, not the mistake. First thing I was having no fun. Basketball was a chore. I thought about quitting. It just wasn't fun. Because guess what? Every mistake I was trying not to make, I would make 2 or 3 other mistakes on top of the one I was trying not to make. And so guess what started happening? You would start looking at the bench. You start looking at the bench like, oh, shoot. Who coming to get me? Who coming to sub me out? So I'm not having fun. I know my time is limited. And the next thing that happened is you ended up where? Back on the bench. That's what happens when you are too busy focused on not making a mistake instead of being victorious, instead of winning, and you're trying not to lose. You ultimately make the mistake, you lose, and it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, and you sitting on the proverbial bench of life. Yes, I know it because I've done it. I've done it on the court, and I've done it in life. And that's why I'm here. I want to make sure that, that we can get to a point that we understand what we focus on gets stronger. And when we understand what we focus on gets stronger, let's focus on us winning. Let's focus on the victory parade. Let's focus on the smiles and the joys and the things that are happening. That's the stuff that I wasn't focused on in a certain period of my high school career. I was so worried of trying to be perfect and trying to get everything right that I was getting everything wrong. I know some of y'all doing the exact same thing right now. You keep saying, I just want to get this next step right, and I just want everything to be right. And guess what? You still spending money, you still wasting time, and you still feel like you're doing everything wrong. Because you can't focus on not making a mistake. You got to focus on the things that go right. And guess along the journey of making it happen, did I miss some shots? I sure did. Did I miss some defensive assignments? I did. Did I make every play right? No, I didn't. But guess what? I got a scholarship to go play basketball for somebody else. Because I begin to start seeing the end in the victory. My mother and my father being proud of me because I got a scholarship. Me being able to get it paid for free. Not my parents having to come out of anything out of their pocket, being in arenas of thousands of people and being able to put on a jersey with my name on the back of it spelled correctly. I'm giving you all the things that I began to see in my head. So though my coach was trying to correct me, though he was trying to get me better, I didn't let it throw me off because I saw myself in victory. I need you to see yourself in victory. I need you to see yourself not making another mistake, but actually being victorious and teaching other people how you did it. Because I promise you, if you don't shift your focus, that mistake that you're trying to avoid making is going to get stronger. It's going to become more than you want it to be. It's going to become something that you don't want it to be. It's going to become a self-fulfilling prophecy, and the cycle of frustration and self-doubt will continue, because then you're going to try to overthink and second guess again on how do I not move forward, because it's got to be perfect before I move. But I'm telling you, you don't have to be perfect to get started. You just got to get started. And you're never going to be perfect, but you'll chase the excellence, chasing perfection. You'll get the excellence, chasing perfection. You'll get everything that you're looking for if you get moving, because you're excited about what will be in victory as opposed to what you know has happened in mistakes. I'm really pumped up about this, because I really want us to get, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have every step figured out. You don't have to worry about making a mistake, because in the mistake, you actually learn how to be better going towards your goals and dreams. So here's what I want you to do. Here's what I want you to do. I'm going to say the same thing I said before. I need you to take one step. But when you take this step, I need you to go celebrate. Yep, a small step might not be that big of a deal to you, but it's a big deal because you started moving in victory instead of defeat. So I want you to do it, and I want you to go celebrate. And I want you to tell me, Aaron, I took the step. I'm happy I took the step, and this is what I did. I want you to tell me that. I want you to tell me that in the comments. Click the book now button. Tell me face to face. I want you to tell me what it is that you did, that you got out of your head, you stopped second guessing, and you got yourself in motion. And as you're doing that, I know you know somebody else, actually 3 somebody else's that need to do the same thing. So do me a favor, give this to 3 people. Don't be selfish. Don't keep it to yourself. And here's what we can do. We can get better together. And as we get better together, we'll begin to now starting to have fun and stop worrying about what could go wrong and being excited about everything that goes right. And we'll get a chance to see what's in our minds be the reality of our lives. And understanding this one thing here that I always want to leave you with. Just because you started out to get better, it doesn't mean that you weren't already good. So until next time, I'll see you then.